Greetings everyone, it is me, Gigalem, and welcome back to Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows in the last part. Yeah, that's what happened. That's how I feel about that stage, and things aren't exactly good with Plague Knight right now. So let us drown our sorrows in some new clothing. So of course, me forgetting that it's B to jump. So let's just get the remaining 3. So the goo garment, garment will probably find some way to show this one later. So yeah, the wardrobe, which we'll be using today, and of course the dandy, like the golden one, which is cosmetic. Now, if you've gotten everything, like if you've gotten the remaining Arcanas, basically you just get the max or the decked out achievement. But the gold one just allows you to have much more flippier jump and makes you look prettier. But let's just use the wardrobe for this episode, because we're going to need that extra defense. Now, as long as we're wearing the wardrobe, we essentially have Crash Bandicoot traction, meaning that there may be cases where we can't stop ourselves exactly. Now, with that said, let's begin today's stage. The Clockwork Tower, and the one things we definitely do have more of is new casings and such. The float casing is stuff that you can just do underhand throws to throw everything upwards. While you also have one of the remaining casings I've yet to show, or fuses, the remote fuse. Locks onto something, and then you can just press something again to blow it up. Let me show you an example of that. I'm trying to make a good use of this. Let's throw one here, and then blow it up. There you go. Now I'm going to stick with the impact fuse, but the one fuse I definitely don't really get a chance to show off often is the orbiting fuse. And I also have sentry casing, which also locks onto something. I'm going to use a bit of whirl casing, and I'm going to keep the impact fuse on because just contact damage is good enough in this case. Because the whirl casing is all about just being able to have better aiming, but along with better aiming means that you're not nearly as accurate as you should be. It's just sometimes you would just miss your targets and your bombs just come back straight towards you. But sometimes that whirl casing can come in handy. I always forget about that rat over there. Just something like that. Let me just make sure I have the VATS ready, so in case I flub up the jump, I can save myself. Oof. I always hate that that cog right there. So yeah. Of course, there's something up here that we should get, because it's a sheet of music. We need to get this sheet of music, and it also has a cipher coin on the way. So open up the chest. Okay, it's not a sheet of music. I'm thinking of something else. Of course, always do jump, burst, jump. That is definitely something that you should just keep your mind aware of. Whew. Now, as you can see, there was a wall here, and bada bing bada boom, we have a brand new room. And we have, along with that new room, some new obstacles to conquer. Oof. I'm not getting those gems, I'm not getting those gems, so... Of course... Ugh. World casing to the rescue! Yeah, again... and that's another world casing use because it helped me get this, helped me get that cipher coin. Just jump over to get this one. But now that part somehow gave me less trouble than Propeller Knight. Let's make our way back to the normal pathway. So, Plague Knight, please. There we go. That's what those gems were there for, so you can collect them on the way. Oof. So now we come to this part. This is another case of jump, burst, jump. So we have that. Let's try not to get hit. Jump, burst, and then... Or I can just do that. Oof. Those cog slaughters are really a pain to fight with most enemies. Well, would you look at that? World casing. World casing is turning out to be much more reliable than I was giving it credit for, because it's just like, I like the idea of being able to fire straight forward, but sometimes I'm just like, I miss my target, it doesn't do any damage, and it's trying to follow me. But then I just end up trick-shotting like that. Jump, burst, jump, that, then jump. Of course, there's a cipher coin right there. And there's my biggest mistakes, and there was not a checkpoint until a few screens away. At the very least, we didn't lose that much gold, so let us just quickly fast track to get back to there. Ugh, money. There we go. Ugh, I got a little bit nervous. Basically, if you have done any sort of Plague Knight speedrunning, you can just skip that area. Like, there's no, long-term punishment for just skipping that area. There's no cipher coins in said area. So you can just go straight for it. But now we have this area right here. Just collect the cipher coins on the way to your treasure, not on your way from the treasure. Oof. Now, let's talk to Chester. I like how I collected Arcana. Poured in a beaker or stuffed in a bag, Chester's always got the swag. Hey, nice relic, pal. You know, I could take that off your hands and give you something a little more interesting. Behold the Fleet Flask, aka the boost button. Now, I'm not sure if any, speedrunners use this. I probably should be paying attention to some Plague of Shadows speedruns. But with a simple press of the X button, prepare to run, and double jump. However, if you run into a wall, you will just revert back to normal. Because, admittedly, it's a bit too risque for my liking. Ugh. Yeah. I want to use it and just breeze through levels, but with the kind of level design that I'm going through, I want to take my time with the levels. Whew. Whew. Ew. And run myself into a pit. I keep forgetting I didn't have the VAT on. be right back again. Now let's get back to business here. I think what you would want with the fleet flask is probably the bomb burst that will give you a further jump, because I see that being the one to help you with getting some serious distance and speed with it. But I'd say only do it for those vertical sections. Come on, there we go. So again, this is where jump burst jump is going to come in handy, because that spike ceiling right there is why you'd want to learn how to jump burst jump. If only we can change cloaks mid mid stage, because okay, gotta wait for it to go green, because I don't trust myself. Now for this. I don't want to take my chances and try doing the smoke, like the smoke technique and such. Like, I mean, technically I could and such. Or I'm gonna screw myself out of my ride, but I can easily recover. Again, okay. Gotta make sure I get those green coins. They look like frog coins. Then again, I've never played Super Mario RPG. I do have the game on this system. I just need to find time to play it, because if I'm ever going to get to Paper Mario, I do want to cover Super Mario RPG first. Because I do want to experience that, experience the other Mario RPGs, because the only Mario RPGs I've played are Thousand Year Door and Paper Mario. And no, I do not have any interest of covering Sticker Star or anything after Sticker Star, because I find it damning that I wouldn't be able to be fair to the game. So that's a reason. That's kind of my reason why. So yeah, eventually I would want to LP Thousand Year Door. Believe me, I really want to get to that game, because it's definitely one of my favorites. It's going to be a while before I cover any RPGs, and I'm already trying to set up a Let's Play involving an RPG for next year. And it's one game I've wanted to LP this year too, but I figured it would have taken forever to have certain things set up, such as bios and character art. I will get it done. I will try to get it done, whether it be the next year or the year after that. But believe me, I do want to LP that. I do want to LP that game, because ever since that first impression, that game is something special. Let me check my gear. Only 3 left, so yeah. Gotta check something first. Nope, nothing here. So let's just go on down, and oh, ugh. An auto-scroller in Shovel Knight. This is where the last 3 Cypher coins are. I always hate these, no matter what. They don't get any better the more I play them. I may get better at them, but I still don't like them. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I want to go over there and get that before Contra Syndrome happens. Of course, we're gonna want to... but that should be about the end of the stage, and let's just use a single tonic so no tonics go to waste. And, well, I'll... Oh, look, it's Blink Night. I heard you might show up. Why have you come here? Ah, the esteemed inventor. I do so respect your craft. Relinquish your essence and you won't be harmed. What? I don't think so, Bird Mask. You have your own brain. Use it or lose it. And it's, and the interaction is simple as that. Anyways, first phase fights as you should expect it to. Oof. However, in comes his giant craft, the real boss fight. Again, like I said, the equivalent to the Wily machine in this. Oof. I think I'm going to need a different casing, which I think this will be the perfect use for drop casing. Oop. Oop. And there you go. Certain casings will work for different situations. As such, drop casing is really good for just getting the drop in at that very small weak point. It's small, but it's darn well exposed. Ah, now Tinker Knight. There's an engineer who knows There's an engineer who knows ballistics. Too bad he doesn't know when he's outmatched. Heh, yeah, asked nicely, but he was too stubborn. And as you saw from there, Percy did a hind leg kick. He may be a bipedal horse, as you can see here, but he tends to activate that lever with a hind leg kick. Well, if you got legs, use them. So yeah, and I hope you bought everything from the shop because also, yes, he will run back towards the station when he needs to. But of course, we're not even done here with all our exploits and such, because we have one more area. Because we have an area that we can definitely go to now because we have the Arcana for it. Shivering Sprint. So we're going to need this. This area is filled with traps, boss. Are you fast enough? Are you fast enough to get in time? So yeah, it is, and there's even a mission where you get to use these, or you can just die in a flash. You can get your stuff back only to lose it again. Wait for it. Oof. And yeah, this is basically the test of how good are you at platforming in a moment's notice. And we're seeing even the stage aesthetics ahead of time. It's also good for you to try to figure out when you should when you should floor it, because it's really easy to get crushed, like really freaking easy. So be absolutely careful here. So, admittedly, some of the areas here do give me I want to say Blizzard Man's stage vibes for how things, how the platforms are rising and falling. it's always good to just be on your toes and make sure that you know when to hit the brakes. It's basically the fastest game of stop and go. Red light, green light. If you move on a red light, well, your punishment is death. Oof. Sorry, I get a little bit nervous about using this thing. I want to use it and go ham from level to level with it, but I'm not sure how viable that is. It kind of suffers from the rush bike problem. And be aware that you can indeed double jump in this, so that way, in case you might be met with a bottomless pit, well, there you go. Also, yeah, good thing that stops there, because, well, you don't want to have a Hydro City explanation. And I'm pretty sure I just unlocked Pandora's box by mentioning the second level of Sonic 3. Because of course, when it comes to the Sonic franchise, it's become so, some fans are bored enough to turn normal things that shouldn't be a discourse into a discourse. Please, people, just enjoy your dang blue hedgehog. For someone who doesn't want to play any of the games, I sure do talk a lot about him. It's ironic. But then again, I did do Sonic speedruns on this channel for a while. But, yeah. With that being said, if you want to donate, there's a couple of links in the description below. Any amount helps. If you want to follow this series and any others like it, there is a couple... it's just a simple click of the subscribe button, the bell, and you'll be on your way. With that being said, I hope you're taking good care of yourself, and I shall now bid you adieu. Spring's almost here, guys. Don't worry. We'll stop being cold.